where Georgia and Colorado are, because it's not like one is like way on one coast and one's way on the other. But that's their plans, to have Denver as the West Coast capital of the New World Order, and Atlanta is the East. And they have built a whole new NORAD type. It's on what is that? Peterson Air Force Base out there, where they've moved. Actually, everything that they used to have at NORAD, they supposedly moved at Peterson. And so what cracked me up when I heard that was, the reptilians probably took over the facility and kicked out the humans, and so now they had to move down the road and start over again at their own facility. They won't tell you that's what happened, but you know that's what happened. They spent millions on NORAD, and then the aliens just take it over and kick out the humans. And you know what? The Queen has bought all that land at the Denver airport. It's actually the Queen of England that owns all that land. And the land underneath the airport, hundreds and probably even thousands of acres of land. Just huge holding pens for people that they can imprison there. They can bring them in by airplane, imprison them underneath the airport, and nobody ever sees anything out of the ordinary. I mean, you could make a plane disappear to anywhere in an airport. It wouldn't be that hard. Or have all the people unloading off of a plane and put them, have them walking down a hallway and never to be seen again. Wouldn't be that hard, folks. That's exactly the kind of setup they have at Denver Airport. You can be flown in and never seen again, because they have their death facility right underneath the airport. And that's what the plans they have. And so that's what I think they're doing now, folks. I think they're rounding up their own people. It's rounding up the expendable ones, all these people who have already done all the work that they were needed to do by the government, and as they no longer need them, as their usefulness has come up and they're supposed to go retire or whatever, this underground city or the underground bunker or whatever it is, they just kill them off. They round them up and put them on these trains, and they're killing them off. So some of these people are listening. I hope you get it, that Satan is the father of lies, and that he will not give you what he's promised he will do. And all of these beings, these friendly aliens, lost my AOL, all of these friendly aliens are just deceiving you. They're using you as controlled opposition. It's just a huge game with Satan. And so all you have to do is renounce and rebuke your participation with Satan. Any kind of loyalty that you've had with him, any kind of contracts that you've agreed to, the Lord will break all contracts. All you have to do is come to him with a repentant heart, rebuke and renounce your participation with the New World Order, and ask the Lord to forgive you, and claim him as your Messiah. It's not too late. Satan doesn't own your soul until you're dead, folks. And so that's one of the things he holds over a lot of these people, is that, oh, you already signed the dotted line, I own your soul. And that's not true. Satan doesn't own anybody's soul until they're dead. And until that point, the Lord, the Most High, will forgive anyone who seeks him for forgiveness and wants to join his kingdom. But so many people are playing games. They're making the good money right now, and they'll do this for another year or so, a little bit more time, get some bills paid, and then they'll quit. And the problem is that a lot of these people are just ending up dead, or they're being soul scalped by these aliens. How many times have you heard from people who say, well, my wife or my husband or my dad took a job with the government and then they just started acting creepy? I've heard that from a lot of people. And this is from CIA to FDA to DOEs. A lot of people who you go to work for the government and you're never the same again because you get soul scalped. You get possessed. You become one of them. That's what the Lord warned against. Is anybody who partakes and works with these aliens is going to be overtaken and possessed by them. Do you think the shootings in Virginia were a tribute to the Queen She went to Virginia 2 weeks later for her 500th anniversary. Virginia, I never liked her. That's because she's not even human. That seems to be what Uncle Sam does, gets rid of its workers. It's like the movie Goodfellas, where they kill all the guys involved and let the Lufthansa heist rather than pay them. No honor among thieves and crooks. Look at how they treat their slaves, like Kathy O'Brien. They give them nothing. Or that CIA guy talked about how they arrange to kill men who do jobs for them. Yeah. That's what they do. Kill them off. Don't pay them. Chemtrails did not stick anymore since I have orgone from a man in Texas who I found on your website. And they won't. This orgone will keep chemtrails from sticking around you. Get tired of the chemtrails raining over your head, folks? Make some orgone. Or get some. The directions are right on my website. Otherwise, they're just going to kill you with all their poisons. It's a defense mechanism we have in these last days, so use it. Reading a lot of stuff online about the tribulation starting in 2008. I don't think so, folks. It's 2009. But that's okay, because you know what? There's going to be a lot of things happening before then that can trigger a lot of events. And so that's what we're looking for now. That's what we're waiting to see what happens. With the advent of World War III, with the advent of this Maitreya, you'll know it's time that the clock is ticking if he arrives. Because when he arrives, he is going to come after the saints, full-blown war on the saints. And he will have no mercy against his enemies. And so when you see some of the Lord's people starting to go down, then you'll know that you're in the last times, you're in the last days. That's basically the only thing I see is coming at Christians, because right now the New World Order is busy killing their own. They're feeding on their own right now. So you still have some time, but you know what? We're going to have more tornadoes and worse weather this year than any other year, and so be prepared for that. And if you're still on the coast, folks, get away from the coastlines, because as Planet X comes in closer and closer, you're going to see volcanoes and earthquakes erupt. You're going to see all kinds of weather disasters, and it's this Planet X coming in. And if you want a timeline of when Satan arrives, keep an eye on Planet X. Because when Planet X is here, that's his forces. That's the bulk of his forces coming in. And so I don't know how they're going to explain that one away. I don't know how they'll explain it. I don't know if I'll be here to guide you through all that. A lot of us timelines are just winding down, folks. And so we only have so much time left. And so we need to do what the Lord wants us to do while we have the time to do it. So many of you are want to do something, you want to get involved, but for whatever reason, you use excuses on not to do it. And, I get emails all the time from people, what do I tell my family? They think I'm nuts. Do you think I care what my family thinks? You want to talk about the queen of nuts and what my family thinks of me? I'm sure I'm the butt of a lot of jokes. And you know what? I don't care. I don't spend 1 minute thinking about it. I'll spend a minute laughing about it. But we've been warned. The Lord told us.